Shh. The secret's out. LCR, Liverpool Community Radio. Pass it on. Tell a friend. Join the radio revolution. My name is Dogstar and I listen to LCR Liverpool Community Radio.
You're listening to the Ken and Livy Wonder Emu Show with me, AJDJ, on LCR Liverpool Community Radio. There's going to be loads of tweets, news and Scouse gossip, so stay tuned. Son, you are a Liverpool fan, and that's the way. Hello, and I am AJDJ. I am Liverpool's transgender Ken Dodds. This show is going to go on for just 55 minutes, not 4 hours. I have a guest in the studio today, which I'm going to introduce in a minute. I can assure you that they're not chained to the chair and that they can leave of their own free will, not like the Ken Dodd shows. And that, so everybody stay seated and get ready to listen to my show. That's right, I am the transgender Ken Dodd. I am the Liverpool's transgender Ken Dodd. There's a transgender person in Manchester, comedian, who everybody keeps on reminding me, but I'm from Liverpool. Let's get it right. I'm from Liverpool. Let's just hear it. Liverpool. And that. I want to be like I want to be like the Ken Dodd of Liverpool that everybody loves. Yeah, that's right. That's me. And that I want people to love me. I want to educate people around transgender issues. I think comedy breaks down the barriers, it gets rid of embarrassment and ignorance. So I want to become the number one transgender Ken Dodd. I want to break into TV. Not actually break into TV, but you know what I mean. I want to get onto the comedy circuits. I want them to go, oh no, it's not you, is it, DJ? Oh, my stage name is Fanny La Tranny. We don't want your hair. And that's coming from the Gestapo. And that even the Gestapo don't like me. In the studio today, like I said, welcome to Liverpool Community Radio. And this is the Ken and Livy the Wonder Emu Show. I've got a lovely boss, brilliant director from a TV station local to everybody, Liverpool Bay TV. Sorry. And so I'm going to just tell you a little bit of background about the gentleman that I've got today. He'll probably tell me if I'm wrong. His name is Sean Stephen Troke. Is it? Yeah. Troke. Yeah. He's a British director and a former actor. He first came to attention in the late 1990s after appearing as Pippin in the Adam and Joe show. Troke is perhaps most notable, however, as the director of several successful low-budget features, including Martyr, which he also featured in The Stan. He's done the teen horror film Sparrow, and he's founded the footage... Sorry about this. He's founded the footage film you titled Troke. He's also the executive of his own film company. Tell me if I get this wrong. I always get things wrong. Is it Shauna...
No, it's Shawnee. Well, everyone. It confuses everyone, so it's okay.
So, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you actually got into? Hey! Pack it in there, psychedelic. This is a phoenix, by the way. Ken and Livy couldn't make it because they got the bird flu. Right, here we go. Let's listen to the nice gentleman. All right. So, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and Bay TV and how you got into Bay TV?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, I came out to Liverpool 2 years ago, and I came out here just working in like a job. I sort of made some connections up here, and then someone told me about these jobs that come up at this new company called Bay TV, and so I sort of waited about 2 or 3 months to apply for that, and then the job lists came online, and I sort of applied for one of them, and the interviews went on for about 6 months, something like that. And next thing you know, I got a call saying, "Do you want to come in as a producer?" I was like, "Yeah, go on in." So it sounds good. And ever since I've been doing that for now about 6 months, and yeah, it seems to be going good at the moment. But I think they really hired me basically because of my filmmaking background. I think they were looking for someone and could like tell stories within program pieces. So that's what I tend to be doing when I'm actually making stuff at the moment. I tend to be like trying to make little films, so like 22-minute films, or maybe even for the What's On show, just like 2-minute little films for everyone. So I'm still having fun with it. I'm still getting a chance to be creative, but you know, it's in a different sort of field altogether, really. But it's great otherwise. So.
That is absolutely brilliant. Can you just explain a little bit? We know each other from a little bit of TV recording you did, so just explain a little bit about how we met each other and how managed to get you to drag you into the studio.
That's it. Well, actually, my boss, he sent me this little leaflet. It's like a PDF file of something called is it Tranny La Fanny, isn't it?
Fanny La Tranny.
See, I can't see. There's too many Fannies in there, isn't it? So anyways, I sort of like it got sent this, and he said that something was going on. So that's why I contacted you after that and said, "Did you want to do a piece to promote your event?" And that's pretty much how we went from there. And I think the piece came out quite fun. It was good. It had a good bit of music over the top, and I think you even said you've been recognised from it as well. Is that right?
Oh, I've been recognised, yes. And that's, with the Fanny La, like yourself, people get mixed up with the Fanny La, Tranny La, that sort of thing. It's
just confusing. It's like it's just so simplistic, but it's so confusing, isn't it?
I've got a few questions I'd like to ask you. First of all, I've already covered how did you get into TV. You just explained.
Yeah.
Can I just ask you, what is the worst thing that's ever happened to you on TV?
Well, on this job.
Yeah,
because I was actually I've been working in film ever since before this, so the TV was really new to me. But at the moment, the worst thing that's happened, oh my god, I don't think it's really anything bad that's happened. To be honest, it's like there's no horror stories or anything like that. So I'm actually racking my brains for that one now. There must have been something. You might have to give me a second. What's the next question? I might be able to think of that for a minute.
I was just thinking about the culture shock. That people tune into Bay TV and they go, He's not from Liverpool.
Well, I think it's like when I first started. There was always this thing that I wouldn't be doing too much stuff in front of the camera, obviously, because I don't have the accent. And it's meant to be like a local station as well. So until the accent works its way into my body, then it's like I don't think it's going to be on TV too much. But I don't really get. A lot of people actually like my accent up here. It's quite fun, so I found that quite a lot. So it's
all right. Originally, I was born in Basildon, Essex, so I'm from the south.
Yeah,
and that's but for my good sins, half my family are from Liverpool. Really quite.
But the thing is, even on Bay TV as well, there's a guy from Sheffield who reads the news. There's someone else who presents one of the shows. She's from France. She's got a French accent. So I'm kind of not out of place at Bay TV, which is good. So.
That goes well down with the Scouse men, doesn't it? Bonjour, everybody out there. They go, you single?
We love it, don't they? That's it.
I was going to ask you, what was your favourite TV interview? Apart from myself, you know what I mean?
Okay, I've done so many in 6 months. You're looking at I'm doing about maybe 8 a week sometimes. The thing I did is a really good one up in Southport. It was with this Panto group. I can't remember which Panto it was for now, but there was a guy from EastEnders, a guy from X Factor, I think it was. And it was just a really nice bunch. We were sitting in the dressing room just chatting, and it's just so laid back, and it was just really laid back chat. But I've had really good chats with, Richie Neville from Five. That was a fun interview, and he was really nice in person as well. There's been some really good ones. So even this week, he went to the cast of Hudsucker Proxy at the Playhouse, and spoke to 2 of the cast members there, and they were really nice as well. So everyone is really nice. It's been never any problems or anything like that, and everyone just is great to talk to. And it's good meeting all these new people as well.
Is there anyone that you would like to interview from Liverpool?
From Liverpool, who's from Liverpool? Trying to think. There's probably someone. God, these questions are really hitting me. Okay. Who's from Liverpool? We're interviewing an actor next week. I think we are. It's he's from Liverpool. He used to work with people like John Bishop and stuff like that. He's done TV shows with him. So I think I'm looking forward to that one because I'm interested in what he has to say really, because he's done films down south and he's worked with some really big names and that. So I'm looking forward to that next week. So that'd be quite interesting. So
there's a few other questions how do you deal with web trolls? I know how to deal with web trolls. I actually tie them in a web.
Web trolls? What do they actually do? I've never had problems. I don't think so.
They basically say nasty stuff about people on email and on Facebook. And
oh right, have you had a lot of that?
I haven't had it, but I know quite a lot of trans people out there that have had nasty comments. Especially when you've got trans friends who actually put themselves up on Facebook or just done my makeup, and then you get a whole load of viral abuse.
I think people. If I do get insulted, go for it. I mean, it wouldn't really bother me anyway, to be honest. I haven't been insulted, I don't think. So, I mean, I've had my film online's been had a few bad reviews, but I've had more positive reviews than anything else. So I tend to ignore them. But I think it's basically people that criticise are the ones that are either jealous of how you're doing, and they just can't do something with themselves. It's like, say, I made a film, and people are going to criticise my film. I'd like to see them go and make a film, and see what they can. It's generally people that can't do it themselves that criticise, I find. Yeah.
What would your view on TV loyalty with other presenters be? For example, years ago, people used to. I am a TV personality for the BBC, but switches over to now. They switch over to ITV, Channel 4. So, what's it called? Like programme swapping.
Okay, so you mean like the presenters that move from channel to channel?
Channel to channel,
okay.
Like Paul O'Grady did. He went from
like Jonathan Ross did as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
So,
So what's your? You're like a loyal to one station, or just flip it around?
I think it's pretty much on contract. I've got to work for Bay TV, and I'm not allowed to do much freelance work in between that. But it's I mean, we'll see what happens. At the moment, I'm happy with Bay TV. It seems to be working all right, and it's still early days for Bay TV. Yes, I think we're still growing, which is great. But I don't even know what other stations there are around. I think the nearest one's in Manchester from here, aren't they? So yeah, I think so. But no, I quite like living in Liverpool. It's fun up here, and yeah, so different to down south, obviously. But I do prefer it up here, to be honest. And so I don't really have any dreams of going down south at the moment, to be honest. So BTV's I'm quite happy with it at the moment.
So on your next TV, when you're doing the next What's On show, would you consider putting Liverpool Community Radio on the What's On map?
I think so. It's I drive past it all the time, and it's it's good to know they're literally in my neighbourhood as well, which is always good. So I mean, it's good. So I think there's no problem with doing that. I mean, if they've got something to promote, if you've got any shows coming up, it'd be good to say they've got this coming up in summer holidays or something like that. So there's no harm in that at all. I could do a 1 minute, 2 minute piece, just a quick interview.
Because we have got some other good radio presenters, student radio presenters that are coming on, and they talk about jazz and they talk about other the local music and stuff like that. And
you run courses as well, don't you? So it's it makes sense to actually say, this is going on here, so why don't you get involved?
That's brilliant.
Exactly.
Can I just ask, what's your view on there being a transgender female Ken Dodd trying to push their way onto Bay TV?
Trying to push them onto Bay TV? Okay, well, I think, I don't know. It's just again, it's just we're still struggling with programs, and we're still trying to make programs and stuff like that. It's probably just finding a place, isn't it, for each person. We're just trying to find out which programs we can do at the moment, based on what we have. So at the moment, it's probably I couldn't say, but maybe in the future it might happen. That's pretty much all I can say at the moment about that.
That's all right. So the reason why I asked that question is that you get bombarded by Graham Norton on BBC One, Alan Carr on Channel 4,
True.
Paul O'Grady on ITV. And I thought, you've got a transgender entertainer, and I thought it'd be good for Bay TV to have a transgender entertainer.
And you've got a puppet as well, which does work in your favour. So that's always good.
And so that's just me being a bit cheeky there.
It is being a bit cheeky.
Yeah.
So I don't really have to say over that as well, but it's just it's just obviously we know you're out there, and we're just at the moment we're just trying to get enough resources to make more programs, so we're just going to see how things go from there. Really.
That's brilliant. Once again, I'd like to thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
And taking the time
and
out.
Thanks for not changing for the chair. I really appreciate that.
It was the emus that wanted to change the chair.
Right.
But obviously they're not here today, so...
I've got a busy day ahead of me. I can't be changed. So.
Psychedelic's all right. He's psycho but sound.
Excellent.
And
that's cool.
So... it's good to speak to you, and
you
look forward to speaking to you in the future.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, and now I'm going to move you on to Cilla Black now. I'll just play the song. Here we go.
Oh, you are a mucky kid, dirty as a dustbin lid. When he hears the things that you did, you'll get a belt from your dad. Oh, you have your father's nose, so crimson in the dark it glows. If you're not asleep when the boozers close, you'll get a belt from your dad. You look so scruffy lying there, strawberry jam tarts in your hair. In all the world you haven't a care, and I have got so many. It's quite a struggle every day, living on your father's pay. The beggar drinks it all away and leaves me without any. Although you have no silver spoon, better days are coming soon. And Nellie's working at the loom, and she gets paid on Friday. Perhaps one day we'll have a splash when Little Woods provide the cash. We'll get a house in Naughty Ash and buy your Dara Brewery. Oh, you are a mucky kid, dirty as a dustbin lid. When he hears the things that you did, you'll get a belt from your dad. Oh, you have your father's face. You're growing up a real hard case, but there's no one can take your place. Go fast asleep for your mommy.
Shh! The secret's out. LCR Liverpool Community Radio. Pass it on. Tell a friend. Join the radio revolution with LCR Liverpool Community Radio. www.l-c-r.co.uk.
My name is Dogstar, and I listen to LCR Liverpool Community Radio.
You're listening to the Ken and Livy Dreamy Show with me, HATJ, on LCR Liverpool Community Radio. There's going to be loads of tweets, news and Scouse gossip, so stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Liverpool Community Radio. I'm your host, HATJ, and this is the Ken and Livy Dreamy Show, but they can't make it today because I've got the bird flu, like I said before. This is Psychedelic, the Phoenix. We've still got in the studio, well, we've actually chained him to the chair now, and we've brought in, it's the Gestapo here, name, rank and number. Whoa, just back off for a minute, this is the Liverpool Community Show here. Can you just stand outside for a minute? Right, here we are, let's get on with the interviews. We've got the Gestapo outside, I'm not letting them back in until the show is finished. So I'm just going to ask you a few more questions if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm fine. If you can just loosen these chains a little bit though, because it hurt.
Oh yeah, no problem at all there. And that. Gretel, well, can you get in here, like, and just undo these chains a bit? Where's the key gone, like, you know what I mean?
That's great, thank you.
Oh, there. Thanks, Gretel. Now you can go outside. Oh, this is sorry. This is Sean Stephen Troke from Bay TV. I'm going to ask you a little bit about. When did you first decide that you were going to get into becoming a TV producer?
The producer started recently, really. But the thing is, my background goes back as far as like when I was kind of 5 years old, really. That's my first memory. It's like my granddad had this massive VHS video camera, and what he used to do is to bring it over every Christmas, and he just let me play with it. And letting a 5-year-old play with a video camera is probably a stupid move anyway. But he used to let me do it, and I used to have fun like playing with shots, and like I didn't know anything about filmmaking at that point either, but I used to do little things when I was like filming shots of the family. I used to get my Walkman with the headphones and with tape in it and put it over the microphone and actually put a soundtrack on the film that way. And it's just like little things like that. I was 5 years old, and I knew I was just trying to I knew what I wanted visually, like getting some music over the top of something, and the practical way of doing it was putting headphones over the microphone, and it seemed to work. When I watched it back, he had at the time Buster was out with Phil Collins, so it's kind of like watching these pans of my family with Two Hearts playing in the background. It was really great. So that carried on for a few years. I got really into playing with cameras. Just bring it over every Christmas. I got into writing very early on. My teachers at primary school were noticing how good and how creative I was at writing, and this was all under the age of 10 years old. And they used to get me to write stuff when I used to get the rest of the class doing the reading time, storytelling times and stuff like that. So that went on primary school. Secondary school was kind of teachers were trying to get me into drama school, and were trying to push me into the media side of stuff. And she said, "Oh, you should go to college after this," and things like that. But I left school at 15, 16 years old. I went to college for about a month, and I just realised that sitting in a classroom again just wasn't really for me. So I just went out and got a regular job from about the age of 16 to 21. So I just done that and became I was into the real world for the first time. Just being an assistant manager of a retail store. So I think it was good having that responsibility at a young age. But during that time, I was just trying to get back into this whole creative aspect and stuff. Through secondary school, what I was doing was making short films and writing and drawing cartoons with all my school friends, and now I've just gone into this real world where you have to pay money for things and you have to work from these hours. Wow, this is so different. What's this all about? So it was a bit of a shock. And then after, I just knew I wanted to get back into the film world, but I didn't know how to do it. So I just started to go travelling for about 2 years just to get my head together. And while I was travelling, I met so many people saying, "Oh, you should do this film. This is what you want to do from a young age. Just go for it." And so I just had this whole restart really in my life, and it was really nice. I got back to England at 23, and I started making short films from there. I just made short films, got asked to direct feature films, made some more short films, got asked to direct another feature film, and just made another feature film, and just really went from there. So it was great.
So the films that you were talking about, was it the teen horror film? Was it Sparrow? What was that? Me being a bit of a novice, what was Sparrow like?
Sparrows, that was shot in Poland as well. It was. I applied for a casting job on there because when I applied for the casting job, I just come out of this really serious accident. I actually was in hospital for about 9 days. I was out of action for 6 months, so I didn't want to get back into direction or anything like that. So I thought, okay, just apply for something in front of the camera, be more relaxed. And then the producer wrote back to me and goes, "Oh, thanks for applying for the casting, but we're more interested in your directing." I was like, "Okay, here we go." Right. So I thought, okay, this could be gone though. So I just took the script, changed the script, and went over to Poland to live in Poland for about 3 months, and it was great. It was a good experience. There was a lot of production problems. So, I knew pretty much about a couple of days into filming it probably wasn't going to go. It probably would go straight to DVD like it did.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good to see Poland. I managed to see the Czech Republic while there as well, and get to Hungary.
Did you get many people buying the DVD?
Again, I don't know. I'm not that involved in that side of it really. I just went along, done my job, and that's it. And it's whatever happens now of it, I just don't really know. So that's it.
So it was a good learning experience.
Yeah, the one I'd done before that was called Martyr. That was a few years before that. That was done in Brighton, down south. Some guy had £20,000 and he wanted to make a feature film, and that was my very first feature. And that was pretty more the experience. I learned a lot from that one, because I never directed a whole feature film before, so that was definitely a learning experience. But the third one I'd done, which was my very own one, I produced that one, I wrote that one, I edited it myself. I just shot the whole thing myself. There's only me and 3 other cast members, and it seems to have done it's been the most successful out of all the films I've done, which is great. And it's on YouTube, and it's had nearly 40,000 views, which is quite nice. Some nice comments on there, and it got me established and got recognised in the States as well.
Which one was that again?
That's called Untitled.
Untitled.
Yeah.
So anybody out there wants to look at it, go to YouTube.
Yep.
And Untitled.
Yeah, I think Untitled Project 2010, all one word, after YouTube.com, and you can pretty much watch it on there. And it says it's got me recognised in the States. Those producers from Hollywood started contacting me after that, which is great. And so it's really got me kind of established. And just from this, it only cost £2,000 to make, which was it's so low budget. And the other ones I made cost about £20,000 each. So I'm quite happy that the one that cost hardly any money to make was the most successful. I think it goes to show that if you know what you want, you get it, do it well yourself. You might as well just go and do it. You don't need a massive amount of money to make a successful film, really. So yeah.
I'm going to write as fast as I can.
Just ask a couple more questions. I lived at the Gestapo outside, so I will not ask you your name, rank, and number, but we'll ask you a few questions. And that's because Gretel out there making the tea. So how much? Sorry, I got to come out of the German accent. So I'll go. How much has how much has YouTube helped? Sorry.
So it's been really helpful, because I never intended for the film to be put into cinemas, because I knew I'd shot it at on like DV cameras, so I knew it wasn't like cinema quality or anything like that. I knew it had to go straight online, and I knew it's made for like minimal money, so I wasn't trying to make. I did it basically as a calling card into game recognition, because I'd had 2 films before that which weren't my films as such. It was hard to direct them, so they're not really what I wanted from films. So this one is completely mine. I thought, in order to get what I want from this industry, really, I thought I'd have to go and make something myself and do it all myself, just to show people what I can do for minimal money, and it worked. So I mean, that was the plan, and and YouTube's been massive with that. I mean, people are still watching now. It's just and even on Facebook as well. It's just like yesterday, I got another like on the Facebook page from someone I don't even know. It's like, so it's good that people are still now watching. I sometimes get comments like maybe like a few a week, just people say like sometimes criticising it, but sometimes most people like really praising it, saying it's good, because it is. I think the character development is what I focused on. I think that's what people really like about it. You see these found footage films, and it just people were like focusing mainly on the scares and stuff like that. But I just found that the characters were never developed in these films, so I made sure the characters were really the things that stood out. And I created love triangles in this film to make it more interesting for like female viewers, because I know like that sort of helps as well. So just everything I tried to do with it just worked, and I'm really pleased that people are enjoying it. And some of the reviews sometimes are just so nice that you think, oh, it's such good. It's good that people actually feel that way about seeing this film. So that's rewarding in a sense as well. It's very nice.
Could you tell us, I get words out there, and I'm just recovering from a chesty voice. Could you tell the listeners about Adam and Joe?
Oh, Adam and Joe, yeah. When I was during my 16 to 21-year-old year, those 5 years, when I was trying to figure out what to do with myself, because I knew I still wanted to be involved with something creative, I was just looking through the Stage newspaper. I don't know if that's still around now or not, but it probably is. But I was just flicking through that, because I used to work in a retail store, so I used to see his paper all the time. I used to read it in my lunch break, and I saw this thing asking for asking for young. I can't remember what they were asking for now. But anyway, I went for this audition, and it was kind of weird because it's just involved lots of singing and stuff like that, and it's just very odd. And I went up to London to do it with my brother, and I remember I think it was half cut when I'd done the audition, to be honest. I've been drinking beforehand. I was just relaxed. My very first audition I'd done ever, so I was a bit nervous about it. So I just went and had a few drinks beforehand, and got in there, done the audition. I was on the way home, I think it was, and they just phoned and said, "Yeah, you got the part," and just come along. We had to go to a recording studio, because it was a spoof boy band thing. I was 19 or 20 at that point. So I had these boy band looks and stuff like that, which was funny. And we went to recording studio to record a single called 1471, which is about the callback thing on the phone. It was just a joke, really. And then we went and performed it in a school, and we had to go for choreography. It went on for about 3 episodes, and it was just so much fun. And Adam and Joe were really nice. The launch party was great when they launched the show. That was really good. And it was just good because it was my first audition, my first time I'd ever done anything like that. But obviously I got a taste for it. And I went for auditions after that, and I just didn't like the audition process after. I was like, I don't like this. And I think that's why I went travelling as well, because I needed to figure out what I wanted to do. And I think it's while travelling I realised that I'm into making films and writing, and I thought maybe being behind the camera is probably where I can get what I want out of things, really. It made sense. Instead of waiting, because you go to auditions and you just constantly... You can get to. I mean, you see how many people going for auditions all the time. You get people getting rejected all the time. It's such you're very lucky to get parts sometimes. I thought, I can't bother with that, really. You'll be waiting around for years. So I wanted to make stuff and get stuff done, and that's what worked for me best, really. So yeah, that's what I learned from that experience.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I really enjoyed it. That's
right.
We're going to move on to our next piece of music, which is the Octopus's Garden from the Beatles.
I love that song. Ringo wrote it, right?
Oh, Ringo is my favourite, the drummer.
Yeah.
And here we go.
I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. He'd let us in, knows where we've been, in his octopus's garden in the shade. I'd ask my friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. We would be warm below the storm in our little hideaway beneath the waves, resting our head on the seabed in an octopus's garden near a cave. We would sing and dance around because we know we can't be found. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. Shout and swim about the coral that lies beneath the waves. Oh, what joy for every girl and boy, knowing they're happy and they're safe. We would be so happy, you and me, no one there to tell us what to do. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you.
Secrets out. LCR Liverpool Community Radio. Pass it on. Tell a friend. Join the radio revolution with LCR Liverpool Community Radio. www.l-c-r.co.uk.
My name is Dogstar and I listen to LCR Liverpool Community Radio.
You're listening to the Ken and Livy Dream You Show with me, HADJ, on LCR Liverpool Community Radio. There's going to be loads of tweets, news and Scouse gossip, so stay tuned.
Son, you are a Liverpool fan and that's the way you stay.
Hello and welcome back to Liverpool Community Radio. I'm your host, AJDJ, and we've still got, semi-chained to the chair. We still got our special guest in today. You're listening to the Ken and Livy Wonder Emu show. And once again, Ken and Livy have got the bird flu, so we've got Psychedelic, the Phoenix, in. He's actually having a lie down at the moment because he's actually exhausted performing alongside myself. So I'm going to... Once again, I'm going to ask a few more questions. So
it doesn't look like I'm leaving, so
yeah.
I'm stuck here now. So
and I'm still waiting for Gretel to come back with the key. And that's here's your guest. I'll get there eventually. It's Sean Troke from Liverpool Bay TV. I'm going to ask you a couple more questions, which are...
Film projects.
You've so my mind has gone.
No prompting there. No prompting at all.
My mind has gone blank there. I've been kidnapped by aliens and they're probing with my brain at the moment.
You too.
Yeah. And that. So, what have you got? Any film projects coming up?
I was trying to get a few up and running, like in the last couple of years. It's very difficult, obviously, because it's just trying to find the money to make films and stuff. So I think what I'm constantly doing is trying to find an idea that I can actually make for minimal money. That's really... But I don't want to make any piece of rubbish, really. That's the thing. I don't want to make... If I'm making a film, they have to be decent. I have to make sure the idea is decent enough to make, and whether it's worth putting the time in for, like... Because when you haven't got money to make something, it's harder work, really. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm also making a lot of contacts up here in Liverpool, which is great. So, I mean... so I produce a film show on Bay TV, obviously, and so I'm making a lot of contacts through that way as well, and it's really... it's really handy to know there's people around that can then like help if I need some help and things like that. But it's just, I think the struggle in making a film was trying to raise the money. That's why I'm trying to keep like budget to a minimum if I can. Because I mean, you don't want to spend years just trying to find the money. I mean, I tried fundraising campaigns over the last couple of years. It's effortful really, and it takes it out of you, and you sort of lose all the creativeness really. It just wipes it out of you, and I think that's what I don't enjoy about that side of it. So I'd rather just get a decent low budget idea that I can shoot for nothing really, and then just hopefully get out of my. But again, it's just coming up with an idea that's going to work and be visually entertaining, tell a good story, and that's really what I'm trying to rack my brains for. I've been racking my brains for the last 2 years trying to think of that, and it's like so I'm sure it comes to me eventually, but obviously these days everyone's making films with cameras, so it's hard to find an idea that hasn't been done before, or even just something that's original that people are going to like. And even with my Untitled film, when I came up with the idea, nothing had been done like it before, but then just 2 weeks before I started filming, a film came out to cinema that was just like it. I was like, oh, well, that's not going to help. So it's really difficult to come up with something that hasn't been done before and that people are going to find interesting.
Would you say there was a north and south divide when it comes to actually filmmaking, the difference?
No, not at all. I mean, it's like when I was in Poland doing Sparrow, I mean, there was a lot of northern people there as well. It was great. I mean, there's a guy from Huddersfield, there's a guy from Manchester there, and that was a good mix of people as well. And I don't think it's really in divide. I think the people, I think down south, there's more competition down south for this sort of thing. I think up here, I think people are more, they help more get stuff made. I think people actually just put a lot more effort into trying to get stuff made. Whereas down south, it's more about the money down south. I think that you have to do. You have to be paid for something down there. Up here, people tend to do stuff like to help for free, which is good. I do find that's the difference between the two, if there was a difference.
What about, I'm going to be cheeky now, AJ's DJ, Fanny Tranny, that's me, everybody out there. What about a documentary on Liverpool transgender comedian?
Again, this is all, I mean, it's just like a feature-length documentary, you mean, or just
Well, a feature-length, me taking over the Liver building, me taking over the ferries, me taking over the whole of the Northwest. Well, then again, no, not Manchester.
Is this like a transgender empire, is it?
The transgender empire with the emus.
Well, that's like, if you succeed, that'd be a good documentary, wouldn't it, really? It's like, that'd be quite funny to watch. It's like, taking over the whole of Liverpool and the Northwest. I think, but you'll be running the TV station anyway, so you'd be able to make your own documentary. So,
well, fingers crossed.
That's it. So, if all goes to plan,
and
you'd have like control over everything.
Trying to get some sort of out there, some sort of like happiness around transgender.
Yeah.
Because you have like is it the boxing promoter, that's just been on Channel 5. Maloney, her name is.
Right.
Promoted Lennox Lewis.
Okay.
And it's all. I wanted to do something a bit upbeat, a bit laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're coming in here. I'm taking over all the drag queen acts. I'm booting them out. It's transgender acts now. old school.
Yeah, I can't really say at the moment without doing it, because obviously that's just like, again, if I'm not really a documentary maker, that's the thing. I'm not really. I love telling stories. So I'm more of that sort of side of things, really. But good luck with your plan to build the empire. that sounds interesting enough. So that's cool.
Can I just ask you, who's your favourite director and film?
Favourite film? I think that sort of changed. I think there's one film I could probably watch. I'm a big fan of 80s films. I grew up on 80s films. I think they're the ones that really inspired me. I think when you're so we come back to the age when I was 5 years old, when I had this camcorder, and so you're watching films, you're growing up on films like Star Wars and all this Steven Spielberg, The Raiders of the Lost Ark, all the Indiana Jones films, everything like that. And it's like all those sort of Back to the Future as well, all these great films that you had in the 80s, and I think they're all great inspiration films, really. So I'd have to say that I'm a big fan of all those films. Like Back to the Future is definitely one of my favourite films. I'm also a fan of the late 90s movie The Matrix. I think that was just an amazing film. But it's not really much out these days. I can't say there's anything that's recent that's really stood out and I actually go, that was great, really. But it's really the older films, I think, before we hit, when it's the 2000 years, I think, anything before that seems to have been great. The 80s, let's say.
What do you reckon of the Rocky Horror Show?
Do you know what? I've never seen it. So I'm aware of what it is, but I'm guessing that's like on your favourite list.
Oh, that's on my favourite list, that one is. It didn't go down too popular in Heighton, me standing outside in my mum's bra and knickers and going, let's do the time warp again. Yeah,
I was standing outside my mum's in bra and knickers, just for other reasons now. Not really. So, my favourite films, again, it's like, they're probably the old like Back to the Future, Star Wars. I mean, obviously, I'm looking forward to the new Star Wars film this year. That's gonna be great. I think J.J. Abrams. I think he's one of my favourite directors. Like these days, I think he's doing really good jobs. Like Star Trek, I absolutely disliked Star Trek until he made these new films and he put his whole new vision on it. I think he's done a really good job of those.
One of the actors has actually passed away now, hasn't he?
What, in Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
What, the new one's coming out?
My mind's gone blank now.
Right.
91 years of age.
Because there was actually a Liverpool actress that was in Star Wars, wasn't she? I think she was in Educating Rita recently at the Playhouse, wasn't she? I think there was I'm sure there was a lady from that. She had a small role in the new Star Wars film that's coming up, but she's been sworn to secrecy, so she can't like say anything about what happened. So
Oh, she was on this show. Oh, she wouldn't be sworn to secrecy.
Oh no, I see.
She'd be begging and pleading to get out of the
you
chains.
chain her up like you've done with me. So it's
definitely.
that's how it goes. So, but yeah, let's say directors. Yeah, J.J. Abrams, one of my favourite. Going back to the 80s, let's say Robert Zemeckis. Steven Spielberg. I wouldn't say George Lucas was I think George Lucas was a good idea with Star Wars, but I don't think he's a great director. Just have a look at the Star Wars prequels for that. And then, so yeah, I think Spielberg, Robert Zemeckis, and J.J. Abrams. I love those guys. Visually, they got really good, taste in storytelling.
I reckon they should have some films coming out, sci films like Transgender Wars.
Transgender. Oh my god! Yeah. Wow, that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Or you could have like Transvestite.
The second one, the Transgender Strike Back and stuff.
Well, like one of the gigs I used was saying, was it Transvestite Man in Disguise? And the Transvestite went to me, "Excuse me, what do you mean by that?" And I go, "Well, you're only part time, aren't you?" And I believe the other part time you work at Tesco's.
That's it. Back to the transgender and stuff. Here we go. That's the one. It's, that sort of stuff. It's you could do it. It's like you can make adult films about like current films. They could do it with transgender as well. I'm sure there'd be like a channel for that. So
yeah, a clean channel.
A clean one, exactly. More clean.
More clean, yeah. And that's so you can wipe the TV screen so you can actually see it. So
exactly. So
it
does help, doesn't it? You can actually see what's going on.
Yeah, rather than getting steamed up in the living room.
Exactly.
And that, so, my man.
The aliens have come back. That's it. They come back.
The aliens have come back. Yep. I've got the Germans outside.
Yep.
No, but I'm come excuse me, we're in Kensington here. Do you mind?
And it's in Kenny. It's
in Kenny, and that's
it. The Echo don't cover that. Never. It's like the Echo never cover it today. About the aliens.
No. Oh no, the alien the alien inductions. You could have alien induction classes in Liverpool.
Yeah, I'll be sending over the Bay TV news team in a minute to come and do this. So.
Well, they have ESOL classes. English is a second language.
I mean, I moved up from St Helens, and it's a different. It's like I know with the north and south divides. Yeah. It's like a different way of life, different pace of life, sort of thing. I know when you go to London Euston, it's like the rabbits from Alice in Wonderland. I'm late. I've got to get. Yeah. And then when you get to Lime Street, it's like, all right, mate, you doing all right? The last train from Lime Street will be at such and such.
Yeah.
And when you get to London Euston, this is London Euston here. All the cattle, please go to platform 7.
But it is like, I mean, it's just like everyone's just rushing around. It's just like, I mean, I'm going back to London today. It's like I've got to go down south after this, and it's like I'm dreading arriving in Euston Station. I'll get from Euston to Victoria, and I've got to go into that cattle parade soon, and I'm dreading it. So it's like I'm not looking forward to that. So that's the part I don't like about going down south. It's just like that little bit in London, it's just rushing through it. It's kind of crazy. So, but yeah, it's all. I think the. But then I'll go to Brighton. When I get to Brighton, it'll be a nice relief when I get there. Anyway, so that's all cool. Looking forward to that part.
All right, here we go. This is the sad part of the show. We've got to unchain you.
Yep.
And we've got to say goodbye to you.
That's all right. I mean,
so feel free anytime to come back and allow us to chain you to the seat again.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
and if you can spread the word that our chains are clean.
They're comfortable chains. I mean, it's like, they're not too bad. It's like I've had worse. So.
And so once again, thank you for
you're welcome
coming in to speak to us
again,
and speak to the community.
It's great.
And
I'll see you again.
LCR Liverpool Community Radio. Pass it on. Tell a friend. Join the radio revolution with LCR Liverpool Community Radio. www.l-c-r.co.uk.
My name is Dogstar and I listen to LCR Liverpool Community Radio.
You're listening to the Ken and Livy Dreamy Show with me, HATJ, on LCR Liverpool Community Radio. There's going to be loads of tweets, news and Scouse gossip, so stay tuned.
You are a Liverpool fan, and that's the way you stay.
Hello, Liverpool Community Radio. This is the Ken and Livy, the One Dreamy Show. I'd like to say thank you for listening to the show. Hope there'll be many more shows to come. Be happy, as Ken Dodd keeps saying. And goodbye.